Okay. Hello, we're connecting. We testing. This works. Hello, everyone. It's two Mandalorians shooting a mushroom guy. And I should be able to fade to black. Nope, see, that didn't. Okay, there. It started repeating itself too quick. I couldn't beat the speed of the animation. I'll make sure it's off because we don't want to keep running. Okay, so everyone's here now. Well, of the players that we have, Alpha Base is now ours. Is our game today, episode 29. And let me put that down there in the corner. Hey, you two, stop it. I'm not talking to a player. I'm talking to my cats. Okay. Oh. I do need. Why are you so sad? He sounds sad. Everyone slap him. Or her.
If anybody slaps me, I'm gonna freaking go over there and slap them.
It's a long drive. Especially if they can like travel through the air, I'd be worried. That's some AI system. Hello. Okay. Is there? We should be on one of these. Or did I restart something? Let me double check. Because okay, they were put away. So, don't give me problems today. I'm plugged in. I had the computer off for part of the day. And I've deleted like 2 gigs of stuff. So, to start with, party has commandeered a craft research output in a shimmering desert wasteland. You see cracked domes, eroded walls, half-swallowed solar pylons just from the sand. Heat distortion makes the horizon ripple like a mirage. The craft claim the nomadic Edelsky tribe sought revenge after an ancient massacre. But so far, the sands whisper nothing but wind. So, basically, if we go to the scene I laid down, there's certain things. Now, you're not all standing out in the hallway because there are security things, but I will move you guys for the start back to the medical bay you were at last time. Now, because there's certain issues that you have to deal with, which I've written down, like locked doors. There are 2 doors that are locked in this place. 2 sections. One on the south side, one directly above where I have your guys' characters at. And, your images. You got basically standard stuff going on. There's repairing the ship if you want to use it because it is broken. As well as if you think someone might be actually showing up. The security of the base. As well as you have 2 guys. One's a medic. One's an engineer. You have captured. The medic seems... He's helped you guys, but he's still like with them. You haven't seen him take off his armor or anything. Then you also have 2 broken droids, kind of like laying outside the room. Now, specifically, well, let's. I guess we should check and start with. There we go. Oops. Go ahead, you 3. Do intuition or initiative. Sorry. Every time I see your name, Sabai, I think you're gonna spit on someone. Sabai Hawk. It's like a wrestling maneuver. Okay. So we start with bib. Where do you want to be basically when I start everything up? As far as basically what do you want to deal with? Let's give everyone basically you'll involved in one of these problems, and then we'll deal with whatever's left after that.
Security of base.
Okay. So you go outside and start walking around, or how do you want to deal with this?
First, I'll see if there is kind of like a monitoring room,
Okay.
a security room.
Let me
See if
inside alpha. I should have made them so you could actually see, because it wouldn't matter anymore at this point. Probably the computer room, I would assume. Let me check here. Well, a lot of things would be through the computer room, but I believe even security sent through there. Usually be run by Wiz, but he's gone. He died. He got shot.
okay, I'll go to the computer room.
That's
main
number
room.
7. Let me check then.
See if we have any cameras or sensors or whatever we have.
Okay. Trying to find. I gotta find room 7. If I could slowly back up and say fly back. Aha! There we go. You go. Let me get over there. We'd like to see what you're doing over there. Where'd you go? Did I take you down too far? Yes, I did, didn't I? Are you way down there? I took you too far. I was guessing once you disappeared off the screen, I was guessing. Okay, so you want to head that way. Well, then the first problem we might run into is yes. We'll back you up a little bit. You're the first one since no one asked. Make a perception check. Let me get rid of this this red thing. Go away. Okay. Perception 27. Yeah, we only needed 15. So, over towards this direction. Where, come on, there, see? A little blue appeared. Who said I was blue today? I didn't want to be blue. I'll change it later. Okay, you see there's like a little circular thing in there and a light coming forward? That means that camera blaster has come on. It's a camera, it's moving towards you, and it has an energy blaster on it. Apparently you've triggered it, you noticed it right away, so you didn't go too far. If you back up one space, you can decide if you want to proceed or not. It might hurt. It basically attacks, it has a, I'm just going to give it a straight, it said a +5, but it's been overestimating stuff, so I'm just going to give it a straight die 20. I guess you'd be pretty, 19, as long as I didn't roll that 19.
I'm gonna shoot at it.
You can try to shoot at it. Its difficulty
Yeah.
is only 15. $13. Okay. I need a 19 to hit you. So I will just hit this. 18. Just frickin' misses you with 6 die 10 laser damage. You're just out of range, so it's basically at a big minus right now. It only has perception up to that point. If you back up one, it probably won't even notice you, like I said, but you last time chose to fire instead of everyone else will get what now it's coming up on that's been a second round, so coming up on a third. Okay. There's a big door over here. That's not where you wanted. Well, actually it does go to where you wanted to go. You can make a dive for it, but this will be here when you get out. Unless someone decides what to do, or if you could find a way to shut it off once you got in there, as long as there wasn't one in there. Every one of these round sections like this with light coming out are blaster cannons, and that's their range of targeting. So, what do you wish to do? Then we'll get to the others.
I will shoot again.
You will shoot again. Okay. 26, 30. Hold on. Then let me pull that section up.
That's a freaking crit. Yes.
I don't know when it did it to me. I think it restarted while we were here, and I had to realign everyone up because I don't have any of the folders I had open. Let's see. We will want security reactions. That should tell me how many points they can take. Oh, not much. 7. They're basically not in upkept well as much as they should have been, so they're only at half points. So it stops working, but at the same time with that one blowing up, the other one will start rotating. See the one on the other side of that same hallway? Hey! Back off from that, Captain Jack.
Boy.
Yep. We will call, let me go ahead and mark some way. Now let's go with ellipse. Okay. Put it basically over there so we have an idea that one is broken. Doesn't have to be exact, it's broken. So the other one would like, but you're at that range. I think from the other side you're safe at this point. Would you like to wait around and see what happens, or head to that room? Come on. Click. Tick. Tick. Tick.
I'm gonna guess I'll shoot again, see if I can hit the other one.
Okay, roll. No! I'm going to... Well, I already gave it out of mine, so it's already out of mine. Because it would be at +5, but I've already deleted that. So just a straight roll on you. Shame on you. No. 13. You're safe this time. I would say until you get within 1, 4, 5, 6. We'll call it 8 because you're at 10 right now. So if you move forward 2, I'll get a bonus to start applying until I hit that max. But right now, you're safe. You missed, so try again if you want, or move. You just wait.
I'm gonna keep shooting until I hit it.
Okay, try again. Or till I hit you. 27, okay. So he got lucky. We'll let him get away with it. He didn't solve the problem. He just moved it on to someone else's. Now, what we will find out before we go to the next player is a little bit about that room and what you see. That door is, let me double check, is unlocked. The one to the generator, which makes kind of sense. It's locked, but this is a computer room, but they use it too much, so. Let me get to the computer room description. Again, because yes, it did. I just had that. Nope, that one I may have closed. I've done that before. Oh, it came up easy, so not as one of the files that blocked the image. As you step in the door, you see, now if I come upon a description of a person in the room, they're gone, of course, because you took them down. The person that would be in the room would have been WizKid Malone. He was the leader you guys killed earlier on. As you step through the door, you see a large table with a computer about the size of a large suitcase, a computer terminal, and a printing machine. Along the north wall, there's a file cabinet and several shelves with various books. Seating behind the computer terminal, facing the door, would have been it's a place where a human would have sat. He's just at the desk. The room is done heavily in a real dark motif with kind of red lighting, typical what you would see for people like the Sith way of life. Standing directly in the room would have been let's skip that, a combat robot, because they both attacked you guys and you broke them. Computer security, installation security, and information storage. First of all, we'll continue on this. If you can make me a computer use of only 13. Otherwise, you're looking at a bunch of unknown buttons and levers. Or something equivalent to a computer use. Whatever they have in the system that you think. I think there's a computer use, isn't there?
Yes, there is.
Okay. Is it hiding from you, or is my... Oh, there we go. Okay. So when we get back, you do understand the layout of the computer. It's actually fairly simple. And it works a lot upon the standard galactic language. Some words seem more like, instead of delete, it would have to exterminate. Things like that, You know what they mean, but everything's a little more on the darker side of their language. They like certain words more. Probably had to fill out a lot of paperwork to get it that way. So next, that's where we're going to end your turn, is Sabai.
I guess I'm going to go repair the ship.
You gonna go repair the other ship? Okay, the one that is busted up. Well, it's not that bad off. They even have the part. But what I'm checking, that means we're gonna leave the prisoners to the Jedi. Oh no, well we can make what's his name watch him. He's not here. He'll have to watch the people. What I'm looking.
Actually, no. I'll just watch the prisoners.
Okay, because if you start walking down that hallway, you'll hit a security thing like he did. Although next round, if no one does anything, he should be able to, if he doesn't screw it up, he should be able to shut it off. So it'll be you and these two. We'll put, like I said originally, I was going to put the robots, whoops, out here. They're just kind of busted there. It'll be you and these two. Probably in the medical room you guys are already in, right?
I guess.
Yeah, that's where you guys would have been last. So, I just haven't moved you out of that room because there is security. And, but chances are he's in the right room to take care of it. But we'll move you over here. And part of that is, first of all, make a we'll use that perception. Looking at these two prisoners, how do you generally feel about them? This will give you an initial layout, and we'll give you time to think about it as we go do it with some other stuff. There's a robot in this room. It seems to do what it is told to do by the medic. And occasionally you saw it one time move when the engineer talked to it. But right now it's stripped of all weaponry. It can attack you with the equivalent of a scalpel. But then you'd shoot it. So, perception was 18. Okay. I also do that so the player, viewers won't know. Good job. What you got is the medic, for the most part, is your atypical medic type, and a little bit of a pacifist. He would prefer to help people. As long as you'll let him help the one that's surviving or whatever, or can stop people from getting killed, he'll help a bit. But he has not yet, said he would work with you or anything like that. He hasn't been approached yet. Neither of them have. The other one, you really feel the wrench, as he's known as, is questionable. You keep an eye every time that he moves. You shift over that way looking at him like, what are you doing? And maybe he's just stretching out a little bit because he's sore from standing in one spot, but you're about to shoot him. You see what else in this room? The animal corpse is the almost desiccated quick death. In the next room are the ally and the unknown alien races. There was that box there that had your stuff in it. And over here at green is a registers at that doorway, which is the black square. You step on it, it comes on, and it sends and identifies. So, anytime you guys had to open this door so far, one of them has opened it. Or you saw they passed the ID in front of it, so when you grabbed his ID, it would work for you. Do you have a specific ID you take away?
The security ID that opens the doors.
Well, yeah, but which one? The wrenches or Kurtz?
Hurts.
You didn't take the medics? Okay. He does.
Oh wait, no.
The engineer?
Yep.
Okay. That's the wrench. He has expressed only one real concern at all. And almost like the only reason he's behaving a little bit is he wants to fix the droids. That's the only thing he's bitching about. It's up to you. How do you want to play that for him? Just like Kurt kind of shies away from the entrance to that other room. Like, there's something about that room he'd prefer not to deal with. So, you have the wrench's ID now, and everything should be good there. No things shooting at you here. Jedi. What do you want to do? This guy's, for now, standing over the droids just in case they wake up.
Okay.
Jedi, what do you do? He's went to check the security. The Sabai took care of these two guys. Anywhere you see lights in the hallways like that, like the one I pointed out, they're still available weapons. But also, though, certain issues to look at for you guys while you're here, which I mentioned earlier. There are 2 sets of doors in this building that are locked. One, he went nearby, which is the door to the generator. For safety, it's only accessible by certain people. The other one is the smaller office just north of where you guys are standing, or where Darman's standing. And that is a office that belonged to the Wizkit, the commander. And there's a ship here, which actually, okay, I looked it up. You won't believe how difficult it was to find an equivalent to a helicopter in Star Wars. Because either it was a land speeder or a space shuttle. It moved right above the ground, or it did interspace flighting. So basically, I asked the system, and it said a dropship that is no longer sealed for outer space travel. So there is a dropship, when I originally said the wrong one, but it has, a part had worn out. Happened a lot with the sand that gets sucked in around here, as well as some other stuff, like what if that grass starts coming at you, and it gets in the motor. If anyone's seen, I know me and Morgan saw, the new Punisher movie, Badlands.
Not yet.
It's not Punisher, it's Predator.
Predator, sorry.
No, I haven't seen it yet.
Okay. What's interesting in that one is there's a point at the beginning where they're fighting giant tango vines, like you guys had to fight. And then later on, they walk up to this field of glass. Like grass that's glass blades. It's like, wait, I think I've read this world. So, just thought I'd mention that. What is it, Jedi, that you want to put? If you don't have anything idea specifically, you can also say, well, I'm just going to end up helping this other person out with their problem. But if you have any of those things individually you want to deal with, let me know.
I was thinking about checking out that office.
Okay, the locked door?
Yeah, I guess. I don't know if I know how to open it, but I can try.
Yeah. No, that's fine. Let me pull up that one. Okay. That is, let me, 5. It's opening up. It's being slow about it, but it's getting there. Better the other day than we were doing in the Wild West game. It didn't even do this much. It didn't pop open at all. So let's see here. Well, for one thing, while I'm waiting for this to open, let me double check something quickly. Okay. Except for this is still in my way. I'll close it for now. The turn order form. I was looking at what the viewers were seeing, and that turn order form blocked a lot of stuff. So, come on. Okay, well, first of all, Devin, how about move her towards the door?
That might work.
Yeah, the other's a wall. I outlined this wall because when it went over, the map went overhead, part of the wall got hard to see. Doors I outlined just in case. And then I found out that one, no. Okay, let's check. Oh. Then we'll go to checking security. Okay, combat droid taken care of. The guy who'd be doing this usually. Okay. What it shows, let me double check this. Well, basically, first you walk up to this door, and as you walk up, one of those wall things slide open like it's going to scan you. Do you continue forward?
Yes.
Okay. Well, in that case, I think at this time, as we wait to see if this will ever open up on us, we're going to cut to someone else. Because you're about to set off the alarm.
Oh, great.
So we'll go over to the guy who's in the room that will notice what to do about this. Just to make it fun. Okay. Oh, is this room going to be reasonable? I thought I'd already opened this one. I did. There it is. It shouldn't give me as much trouble. Nope. Okay. Wow, if I could read it if I would have put my glasses on. Okay. Security science. Okay. You have either computer security, installation security, and information storage. All of these are level 3, which basically would mean a level 1 would be 11, 2 would be 13, so we're at 15 now. Now, life support is level 1. Now, these can go up to this high. You don't have to access full degrees. There's an analysis level, which goes up to level 5. Also looks like it inputs from another station, which has to do with, it's labeled Slave City 1, and it's a mining area. Okay. Also, first of all then, start with a perception check. God damn it. It's 18, but I barely get the cat food's in the way of that part. Let me move that. Hey, that works too. I was about to go move the cat food, and I'm like, I can move the screen. Don't work. Okay, so what you noticed is, you remember that cut up guy that was in the middle of that other room, the peanut looking guy, we'll call it. You see other people like that are done up like in robes, doing menial things, being observed. And as they move, the camera will move with them. It's watching them. As well as the other settings and stuff like that. At this point, you will hear an alert go off. So, I'm going to need, do you have anything specific for you for security? It'll give you a better chance. No? Okay, well then we'll just use computer use at an 18. Still might make it. You would have last time, I think. That would have been, we're on Bib. He's back in the computer room trying to shut off the alarm that she set off.
Use computer again to see if I can shut it off.
Yeah, that's what I said. You got to roll an 18 if you're just going to use computer, unless you have a security skill to give you a better chance. Well then no problem, Mr. Master of Computer. You found this thing for it, and you shut it off. Now, that will not open that room. That just shut down the door identification system. You'll still need an ID or something. Your room happened to be the one you came in to get here, was open because, well, it was left open. It had a chance to have been locked. But because of what's going on. Now, since you got such a high one, because it asked for another roll afterwards, but I will tell you what you learned. Computer skills successfully attempt the information in the computer you can find right off the bat without going too deep into it, because they're monitoring it as it's going. They've discovered rich deposits of vibranium and tamarillium in the hills, as well as spice. They've discovered an intelligent race, N, the Ediskai, living in the hills and have advantage of their religious beliefs, and they are controlled. It's basically what you can read on screens right there. More information would have to be dug up, but also is one reference to the Karabanda village nearby, but it's believed to be a pack of animals. They don't see them as an intelligent species, like with language or anything. They've not even ever tried to speak with them. Their purpose here, and the only other thing that's kind of not, that you find reference to and you've heard them talking about, is they are to research, to gather resources, and then find new bioweapons to use when they return to regular space. Although it's been like 100 and some years since they've been gone. Half these people have never seen outside this planet. They've only known one system. And they still haven't talked to the monkey people. You know, so. But they do have the other species, the Karabranda, controlled out there in a town mining. And they say they're controlling their religion. So, that's the initial. Now, I've given you all the information that you initially found. we're going to go on over as you think about it. Now you get that and you think about it. And you shut off the verbal thing. She can attempt now to jimmy the door, maybe. But we're back over here to Sabai. The one guy, the wrench, which actually, let me pull that all up. We have, since you're in this area, a bunch of stuff going on. Horizon burns with white heat. The air hums. The vibration of sand against metal inside the fractured dome. The medic sits near an open vent, his face pale with exhaustion, as he, like out of nowhere, says, kind of like he's not wanting to go into the next room where the bodies are. And he's like, out of nowhere, says, Dieteskai. They aren't killers, just wanderers. We make them, the people in charge make them sound more like demons to keep us afraid. But like, they don't even show a biology of a predator. Their eyes are all up front. They don't have like the muscles for like jumping at things. So they're not a predator species. So I don't think they're going to show up. The Whiz Kids said it so people would, have an idea. Basically keep control. So go ahead as he's talking, and also looking at the other guy. Go ahead and make a perception check of 16. $27. Well, I apparently don't have these numbers high enough. Okay. You guys are good at what you're doing. Don't keep an account. You guys have gone from being in a shipwreck, pirates, to a shipwreck, to, you weren't ever pirates, really. You had a job. You're people with work. To a shipwreck, to wandering around the wood. Now you have a base and food supply and stuff. Although no one's checked on it, but it seems, from what you've heard, there's a lot. There were 4 people here. There's 4 people now. Well, actually, there's more. You made your roll, so you are starting to, it's kind of a sensing motive of the medic that his unease is rather genuine. While the other guy's unease would have to do with the fact that he's worried about those robots like a medic is worried about a human being bleeding to death. So, he will mention, before you guys came along, this is the engineer, I was working to reactivate the cooling, the cooling system. Because it is a little hot in here. You just thought they kept it this way. If I could fix one of the droids, I could get some of, one of them for a communication calibration on the different pylons. Would that be all right? I'll give you all of his weapons.
Not gonna try to contact the other Sith, are you?
No, why would I do that? Make a perception check. Oh, that was a lie. That's exactly what he was thinking at the time you said that. Sweat's starting to build up on his brow. Yeah, I wouldn't do that.
Liar.
Oh. Let me think about it for a little bit, and I'll try to see if I can come up with a way to, before I touch him, to find a way I can shut that off. Because, just for you guys to know, unless your buddy there finds a way into that room, Malone's supposed to make a check-in every hour, and then they're going to send people. Just to make sure we hadn't blown ourselves up or killed ourselves in our work. And I just want to keep the place running. Things cancel, things like shut off. They know. I hate it, but they know. Can't even smoke in the rooms without them knowing. But long ago, the monitors to see outside without keeping things constantly clean, that isn't working for them because, well, they got covered up by the sandstorms. And within a couple minutes, if necessary, they can come in here. So, I'm trying to look ahead and see what
key or what card would open that door?
Malone's. But I was honest with you, okay? He's laying out there dead with the other people. He died in here, actually. He's probably dead in here. They just kind of dragged him into his body, probably into the other room with the others that were being worked on, so you guys could not have to smell his decaying body. It is warm. So you can take his ID and go open it. Or you can call
I'm going to tell Aria and let her know.
Okay. Aria, you get the phone call that apparently they have the card or the key, the ID that's necessary to open that room. Okay. Now that the camera's been shut down, that system, they will not know. They will not be able to visually check, I should say, your identity. So you go get it. You're safe. Let me check here. Open up. Open up. Okay. You're gonna piss me off, aren't you? That's that one. Close you. Do I got too many of you guys open? Let's try this. Okay. Put you over here. Okay. Another one of those things. I'm moving stuff around and you guys are like, what the fuck is he talking about? Damn it. I'm having to open something up so you could all see it because I can't open it. Can you guys open Radio Room? It's inside Alpha Station. There's the Outpost, Alpha Crew, inside Alpha, and one you guys can open up. I can't get it open. I was hoping, wait, let me get an idea. Can I duplicate it and open the duplicate? Yes. Ha! The weird things you have to do for these systems. It's because I had too many things open at once and it crashed on itself. Okay. You have entered a radio room. You see a radio phone on it against the north wall. There are 3 chairs in the room. A man that was here who had a tech kit which was repairing partially dismantled radio phone. Basically, they have limited communication unless it's sent by direct correspondence to there. I will say you're probably going to need a computer use check, and I will start giving you information. So go ahead, Aria, check your computer use thing. Just gotta find it. We're hiding it. 7. You look at it. especially the part that's open, because it's got to be worked on, and you are confused. So, you're not even sure if it's functioning, but you do see some flashing lights and stuff on it. But because you're going to go ahead and I opened it up for you guys. Basically, it's a radio communication room, an outpost for the well, they call it pirate, but it's actually the craft. The radio phone is obviously not working, so they can't make a direct call. There's a logbook which shows daily a check to Slave City 1, but only weekly with the main ship, which is apparently it's actually the a part of the original ship. So you don't know if they found a way to get it flying or what, but it is a large old ship's number it's sent to. So either there's a piece of it here or they somehow got it. But you guys think that you found half the ship at another location. Remember, you robbed the shit out of it and found the crystal that began the whole thing. That was half their ship. The other half went through the hole. But the last, if you look through the logbook, there's a couple things. But one thing is, it says problems with primary radio circuitry will repair tomorrow, but it has yesterday's date. And they're supposed to call in with the latest experimental surgery results, which has to do apparently with an implanted item that is put into the aliens so that they can control their religion. Basically, from looking at the information, it will make them believe the voices in their head are their gods speaking to them. And they're the ones that speak to them. So, there is some other possible stuff. But you failed to, so someone else had to do it. Now, you can go out the next door into the next room, or you can go out the way you came in. Or you could sit here and maybe I'll give you another chance as you're trying to understand what you're looking at. Because you have nothing but time. Well, to a point. After a while, someone's going to probably want to know what the hell's going on and why they haven't heard from anyone, but we'll put you in the chair. Okay. So, and then I'm going to make it because I have a big old number here so that I can remember where you guys are, but you don't see those numbers. So they're like kind of distracting. Let me move it over. I'll put it in the hallway. It's like as big as like a quarter of the room. Okay. So, Aria, I need an answer.
Yeah.
Are you going to remain in the room and try to make sense of any of it? You don't have a clue. The only thing you can read is what you read on the screens that exist. You don't know how to do anything in here. Doesn't mean you can't someday understand, but currently you cannot. Do you wish to leave this room by going out the other entrance, which is these big door spaces? That's what I use for right there, see?
Yeah, I'll just leave the room.
Okay. So then we're going to go ahead and move you. Now, what we do is, because basically the door was a security system for, the other side. It's open from this side. You can unlock it. Basically, it was locked, but now you're unlocking it. And this is, let's see if I can get it open. Okay, come on. See, like I said, I had these all open earlier, but it closed them. Again, you guys are seeing these are like dark gunmetal gray to black walls. with red neon and lights everywhere. So it's basically with the little weird symbols everywhere that shows that it's a Krath with a angle to the Sith to it. You basically Sith symbols in there, and it says the Krath symbol over the top. Now you see a couch, a small stove, 3 chairs, large round table with cups and glasses, a deck of cards, and a pair of dice on it. Now, this would have 2 people in it that would attack you, but you guys already dealt with this. So this is a common room, and it has no security on the inside because, it's supposed to be safe. So, we head down and check with Mike and see how his activity was going on trying to deal with the various problems which can be fixed from the computer room. First of all, there's a door. There is a note on the wall that says you found kind of funny. It says the door is to remain locked at all times. So they forgot to. Oh, okay. You're gonna have to deal with those guns now, because I just realized. And you just kind of realized that the corner of the room has one. You see that light in the corner? But it's kind of like the computer's in the way, so it's not drawn on you, but it's been whirling, trying to locate you since you entered the room.
Let's see what happens when I shoot it.
Well then, roll a 15. You've done so good so far.
The first one didn't want to show up.
Okay, I see what you're saying. Good thing you mentioned that, because I didn't even see this first one. I just went straight to the one that popped up after that. Okay.
Yeah, I clicked it and it didn't want to show up for some reason.
So you shot it, so you don't want to have to deal with the problem. You just shoot the thing. Okay.
Yeah.
That's just who you are. Are any of the areas, which, like I said, there's a lot of storage of information in here. They've been in there researching, downloading, which actually includes also, a third of the files here are maintained about Slave City 1. But they also have some storage on things like the other 2, the animal species, local animals, which includes the Carabunda, and the only other intelligent species they see, which damn it, they're weird names. The peanut people. The monkeys and the peanuts. Edda Steke. They are kind of a bizarre looking race. Actually, the one that's on that table is, except for I cut up the picture some, or covered up part of it, it is what they look like. They are strange. But apparently they're highly religious people. They have, the priesthood, and they usually wear clothes. They're more advanced. But let's say if you saw the Caramunga as native Indians, any native society, then you would see, as far as indigenous society, I should be more specific, where this one's more like Greek Roman area type is where they're level they're looking at. But that's just from your initial look. Now, if there's anything you want to look into, or use this room to maybe address other problems that are in the rest of the base, because those guns are still shooting out there, and you've only taken out 3 out of 9.
I'm going to see if I can go through the computer and shut the rest off.
Okay. That is something you can do from here. I will say so far it's been just 15, yeah. Because you're only working up to level 3. You're not going to get tougher rolls till you go into trying to analyze something. So
23.
you go ahead and shut that down. So we'll go ahead and go over here to the page of the main map, which I was talking earlier about trying to set up a paranoia game where you guys would use like this system, but also you'd have to have the TV on, because you know how like what you guys see and what's seen by the people viewing is two different things. It'd be like different parts of the same computer. So you'd have your personal system at home, which would be your R20 game, which I'll even create overlays for that to make it look more computer efficient. You know, as far as to look like it is. Like, remember, everything's like talking to the computer? I thought that'd be cool. Real metaphysical. So, sorry, I wandered, as you guys probably noticed. I was trying to find, but the thing froze up like location-wise. Go back to this little problem. Like, basically the things you were I was trying to see if you guys were going to deal with, because basically if you guys can end the day with actually safely taking control of the base, that'd be nice. But so I would say when you did that, you overrode the main security system for the doors. Also means anyone can wander in. But you've also shut off because you already shut off the security when you like shut it off for her. You didn't go looking specifically for like the whole system or just the one for that room. Which doesn't mean you can't go back and adjust that. But we're down to, there's a few issues like equal to sticky notes stuck around the room and like open notebook type things and books that are basically showing you that there are certain things around the base that they've been working on. Basically, although they're the only people here, they're working on a huge base running around taking care of everything for it. Now, but you find out you've got a month's supply of food for a group of 4. So, you know, you guys may be able to eat, you know, be a little exorbitant in your food tonight, you know. So let me go back to your character. We'll move you a little more towards the computer seat. Come on. Move! I was yelling at the piece. It didn't want to move. Okay. Because you're sitting there taking care of everything on the computer. You're master of the computer now. Which, you know, there wasn't a lot of competition. My cat's hunting a mouse. So, is there anything else? This is a clue as to, yes, there's more to know, that you wanted to check into. You've basically dealt with the main concern of the security of the building. You kind of found out through Arya and through Sabai, because he's the one that found the pass to get into that room, that they lied. They will be checking. There is a daily check with the Slave City 1, but there's nothing except for a weekly check with the commander, which is just simply listed as a commander, like a military position. And like I said, and it lists the ship, which I've got to find again, because I liked it, so I would like to use it anyways. But it's not important right now. You haven't deciphered it. Yeah, that's it. Now, is there anything else, though, you would like to... Because you can look at the security of the place. You can look through the cameras. There's cameras outside the building. There's also, like I said, just a lot of storage space for things that they've been basically gathering since they got here on this planet of Volturnus. The only thing I'll tell you for sure, freely, because you're not asking questions, is they do not know about the Ulmor. They have never dealt with the octopus people. There's also a concern, I was looking at stuff here, that there's a, of the fuel spill that occurred in the nearby lake, because they're having to port water over for you guys after they purify it. Because the local water is just listed, even if it wasn't already destroyed. Don't worry, we couldn't drink it anyways, is their attitude. But it's now flammable. This is a different situation because they're still patrolling that water. So basically, if you walked out, which Sabai would know, they had a boat that was that was on the shore. That basically they just had to pull it up. It's like having a boat for fishing for 6 people to stand in. You know, so it's not a huge boat, but you know it's comfortable enough that you can sit in it. Just like the drop vehicle that Sabai wants to get a chance to work on, and basically as we end, I'm going to give you guys a chance to choose something you've been working on to kind of make up for that we're losing a little bit with one player not being here. And, you know, I'll fill you in next time on that. So, first of all, I'll ask, what time is it?
8:13.
Okay, see, it's still rather early. So, I need to hear from Bib. Is there anything else you want to know in this room or do in this room, or are you just going to leave? You can do that too. I mean, you already got broken weapons in the other side. I should put a.
I'm gonna do one last computer check through to see what kind of information they have accumulated on us and what kind of pretty much forces they've got here to defend against anything we do.
Okay. Well, that's not bad, because actually there is a story there to be had. Looking through the files, first of all, make the 15 roll, which has been apparently no problem for you today. That's yours, the 29?
Yes.
Oh, jeez. I was trying to copy and paste this circle so I can put it over the gun over there so I don't forget next time that why didn't you get shot? I load weapons into them. No, no, what was the question? Sorry, I got distracted by that again.
See what information they have on us and how many forces they have to defend against us for anything we do.
Okay. First of all, looking at the stuff, the command ship, probably a formidable group of people, but they're spread out. Even Slave City 1 would be hard to defend against an targeted attack with the number of people actually defending it. Unless they have the Ediscale also working for them, but that would also mean they were more conversive with them, you know, giving them weapons, you know, so chances are against that. As far as you guys, what they know, they don't. First of all, you'll find in the books that the only closest reference to you guys was some debris that had fallen from space Occasionally it happens. But not necessarily, because, well, the sky during night is rather strange looking. Mostly because you don't feel any of the stars fit your location. Like basically going through the gate, you ended up somewhere else physically, which is not uncommon. But the way it works doesn't, but it is Rakata technology. Now, something fell through. They saw that. Followed by 2 Imperial ships. They shot them both down before they touched down. When they went to the area to examine it, they got there a couple days late, after it happened, 'cause they had to send this group there, which took about almost a week's travel, actually. So they found out that the pilot was dead. That was it. He crawled out of his ship and he died. There was proof that there was a secondary person, but they also had crawled away a little bit and tried to survive, but they couldn't. And they actually showed damage, so they maybe got in a fight. They don't seem very concerned. But it was an Imperial ship with people in Imperial uniforms. And no mention about your guys' drop, pod. So far, they know nothing about you. The only thing they've seen you is they lost another group. They had more people here. So these 4 people have been working harder, because remember the guys you killed over by the Carabanda that were attacking? There's like 8 of them. Well, they all died, and they were from this base. So they haven't even had chance, because the system's not working properly, to call for support to run things. So they've actually, the engineer was honest a bit. They've fallen behind on some stuff trying to keep things functioning. Like, they don't want to end up living outdoors. And that's why the robots have been patrolling outdoors. Because someone has to. And they monitor that shit. Basically, they know if it's moving. If nothing's moving at the base, there may be a team. Which means they would also send, and it lists oddly enough, a priest. Being a Krath, it's Sith used magically. So, that's the situations they're facing. You guys really weren't even on their radar. So, seeing you there, they had no idea where you came from. You didn't show up in engineering or in uniforms of the Empire, or with any Empire gear. So, as far as they've been told growing up, well, you're not one of the bad guys. Which, of course, you guys are the bad guys in their opinion. They hate the Empire. But they aren't too pleased with the Sith. It's like, do you know how we have people that are religious, but they're not going to church? That's kind of where the Krath are. They have their own thing. They don't think the Church of the Sith has a clue. They don't understand the specifics. They stole the power without understanding the ceremony. But the end product is they have hateful, evil spells. Throw lightning bolts at you, things like that, So, since that is the last thing you wanted to do, you going to go somewhere? You going to walk away? Or are you going to just stay there?
Yeah, I'm gonna walk out.
Okay. Do you have somewhere you want to go? Because you won't get
Back
zapped
to
this time.
Back to where we were last at.
Okay. Where the prisoners are. Which is, because actually that's where you were. The other one is just because I wanted to sign who was where. We'll put you over by the door. You come in. All annoying. Actually, you can't. Because you don't have an ID card. Well, you unlocked everything, didn't you? Darman's still standing over Ted, two broken droids. So, we were going to go over here anyways. We're going to start before he shows up in case Sabai was going to plot against Bib. Goddamn greenies. No. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can see this room. Azada's over there playing card games. Or, you know. Get the names right, Devin. Okay, so, Sabai. Would you like an update about the room you're in?
No.
Okay. Like I said, I've gone through it. Plus, it's pretty disgusting. Nope, that's what they look like. I tried to do an image on it, but it didn't work. They're strange looking species. So, what we have, let's look here. Finished computer room. Whoops. I'll leave it so I don't delete it accidentally. Hey, quiet. No, quiet. No one loves you. You know that's a lie. It's Chrissy. Let's see here. I should have done earlier, because of the heat, endurance checks on a 12. It's better than running around outside, but all of you guys should do endurance checks. See if you're doing all right in the weather. Bib's not doing great. He's not working hard enough in the fields. No, it's not Budo. Got you. I have a kitty cat. Is Arya even around?
I'm here.
Well, I don't have an endurance roll.
Hold on.
Okay, I only need a 12.
Whoops. Nope.
Okay, so personally, the two of you would like the air conditioner working better. A little bit of heat fatigue. Looking ahead, see if there's anything else we can find out. But basically, because now, maybe Bib would like to. Did you, first of all, Sabai, have anything specific you wish to talk to either of these two about? Or looking around the room. Because remember, there was a. Actually, I should open it up. An information, and there is a computer in here. But.
I'm gonna use that.
Hey! Kitty. Calm down. Let me look here. Is a notebook that you could look through. Someone basically taking notes on the experimentation going on. Or the computer terminal for some information. Only thing is there's a complete Enviro kit on one of the work tables. You could probably find more if anyone wants one. So, talking to them. Well, you really haven't been, or have you been at all? Spy?
What?
Been talking to them, trying to.
No.
Nope, just letting them stand there quiet and open their mouths when they open their mouths. Right?
Yep.
Okay. Bib, you come in. You see the two. The medic. Well, first of all, let's do a perception check for you. How do they seem to you? He shoots the medic and leaves the other guy. I trust him. No. Okay. The medic seems to be a little less into the craft propaganda. Basically, in the base, since you made an 18, and to kind of move things along, if he's working with you, you will gain a +2 on any used mechanic or used computer or mechanic skill. Basically, mechanics for the mechanic, used computer or anything medic related, like to the robot, you get a bonus if they're with you. If not, it's just a bonus. The engineer talks to you, says he just sits there. He doesn't seem to understand that it's hot in here. And I can fix that if you give me one unarmed robot. He's looking at Bib, waiting for Bib to make a decision as if he was in charge.
Well, I'm not going to shoot any of them.
Okay, damn it. No. What do
See
you
if
do?
we can convince the medic to join us.
The medic? Persuasion? Or I thought there was something for that.
There is persuasion.
That's what I thought. Okay. Roll. I have options up to 21.
Yeah, you ain't got nothing past me. I got 25.
Yeah. Okay. Well, first of all, what you know is there is a routine inside these droids that if you turn on, it will automatically inform home that's being tampered with. Home is rarely anything but a starship. Doesn't mean that starship has to be in space. So, is asking to use one of the robots, that would have to be undone first. As was caught in a lie by Sabai. Says otherwise, I guess. Do you know how to use a communication calibrator?
I'd have to just use computer.
Well, you probably get away with it. Oh, but yeah, he goes and grabs it. Says, I prefer a robot. Humans are just so unreliable.
Tough shit.
Okay, so let's see here.
Isn't it Arya's turn?
Yeah, I was just double checking on because he got so high. If I could give you guys some additional. Also though, there are three locations on the maps, that the computers give. Which also there's maps in this room, actual physical maps. Someone printed them out, which give the Carabunda home, which you guys left, the Ediskyle people's home, and a separate city they controlled called Slave City 1. And a request for more troops. So whenever that happens to show up. So, going over to Aria.
Okay.
Really? We're ignoring you. You're just having fun in there, playing cards and rolling dice. Well, I guess you could go out the door and hit the next room.
Yeah, that'll work.
Because someone finally shut off all the fun little things, the guns. Move you, come on, move over. Now, not going that way to get there, but what we got is 4. Probably a more comfortable place. This is the living quarters. Meow, too, Chrissy. 4 unmade bunks in this room. 2 sets. There are numerous beverage cans, books scattered around the floor. There's 2 chests of drawers against the north wall. This is the living quarters. The drawers contain clothing and personal items that don't seem to have any great value.
Okay.
So, since that wasn't any fun, we'll let you
Not really.
pick somewhere else. Since you're being the wander bug. Oops. Probably people can't see anything going on because I forgot to move this over. I guess you could either
Who's
head.
in this room here?
Are you to the north, the top of the map, or the bottom?
Bottom.
Okay. Well, he
One I
did.
just pinged with the black thing.
Well, I'm looking at this map is huge, so I have to pan around a little bit. You're looking down past the 2 red circles?
There's actually a red circle inside of there too, so yeah.
No, he came out of that room. That was the room.
Okay.
The only thing that hadn't been
Never mind.
checked. Whoops. Is the generator, which he did unlock everything. See?
Okay.
Come on, move a little bit, map. Let's put you back inside. It's hotter outside. Okay, so let's go to generator. Not much to be said here, but
All it is a couple of generators then?
yeah. Type 1 power generators, small reactor which powers the generator itself. Red lights,
Alright.
engraved. Looks like someone had them like for Oh, terraforming when they land on a base. You know, it's just typical drop-in use for a home.
Okay, so nothing fun there either.
Nope.
I keep going to the boring areas. What the hell?
The only thing left is up top, which is a storage area and the garage.
I want to go to the storage area then.
Okay, and I know Sabai wanted to hit the garage because he wanted to work on it. So I think something you want to do, because we're getting to a point where there might be conflict soon. This chamber has shelves along the north and south walls, several small tables scattered around the center. Large cargo crates rest on the tables and on the floors. Most of the big crates contain ration packs, water canisters, basic consumables, standard supplies for a remote outpost, toilet things, you know. Smaller container holds more valuable gear and specialized equipment. Basically, but different items. But we're back to the chart to look at things, if you wish to. Bust open a crate. One of the smaller ones. Okay. So, roll a die 20. $19. You can write this down, so I'm going to take it off the list. 4 bottles of Vita Salt. Basically what you would need. Basically, add electrolytes to your water pretty much, or how it helps in smaller cases. Like if you boiled the water, you could, but you'd have to also capture, like I said before, but it would make it last. It would last longer for you. That's what the salt pills are for. There it is.
So it's 4 salt pills?
4 bottles of Vita Salt pills, which is actually like 4 months worth. That's how they kind of. There. Okay. Now, well, we've had pretty good luck today, but we might go ahead and call it because we're missing a player. We don't know why, so we can't be mad at him, really. He didn't hear from us last week, so. Well, he had an injury, right, dear?
Yeah, he was hopped up on pain pills because he hurt his ankle.
That's right. So, I am going to go with a couple things. One, go back to, I just closed the wrong one, I think. Yeah, where are you? Okay. Oh, that's right. I think I put that over. Okay. So, I am going to grab the righty thing, and I'm going to put over some notes on the white side so I can know what you guys were working on, so we could start next time with that stuff, as well as I'm going to ask you guys about, basically I have 3 locations and where you guys would want to go, and then maybe a second one, so that way I will work on those ones. Now, let me this, okay? So, nope, that's way too small. Let me huff this up in size. So, we'll start with Aria. Since
Yeah.
I kind of missed stuff with you here and there. You were hitting unlucky rooms. Now, for every one of these boxes you want to check, which we'll go through and I'll just tell you, it's 5 minutes a time.
Okay.
Now, how long would you sit there opening boxes? And then, where are you going to put the stuff you find?
I mean, I can ask the others whenever I see them if they need any of this too.
True.
I
So,
don't have to keep it all for myself. I can divide it between everybody that needs it.
then I will say there are 20 boxes. Half-size crates. The bigger ones are supplies and stuff. But half-size crates of specific item things, numbered. They got
Okay.
shipped. So, there's actually 26 of them. You took one, so there's 25 left. I was doing die 20, and then I rotated the other ones because they were to be found later. They're parts of other stuff. So are you gonna go through there? You're gonna catalog the storage?
Yeah.
Okay. Bib, what are you doing?
Yes.
Basically, after we shut down, what is your character working on while we're gone?
Mostly talking with the doctor and whatever device he gave me.
The medic?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. No, he didn't give you anything. The engineer did. So you were working on. Let me change that. You're with the engineer.
Okay.
Okay. And fixing stuff. We'll include other things as we're going. So, Sabai, I believe you wanted to work on that ship, right?
Yeah.
We'll put that down. If you have to, since he left with the engineer, you could take the medic with you
Okay.
because he kind of would like it fixed too. So we have that. And I will, luckily you have time to work on stuff because someone didn't let the main plan occur, which was the engineer's plan. The whole adventure was basically he wanted to get one of those robots functioning and turn on the alert. And then they would send someone within 2 rounds or 2 minutes, which is a few rounds. They would have shown up. But that didn't happen. So you guys have a little time. If you guys also later on can go through the computers, you might find ways to deal with some of the other problems. You can also have maps for all those locations. Where would you guys like to go? Your choices are Carabandi Village, to see what happened there. The ones you left, the monkey people. The new race, or Slave City 1, where the new race people have been captured. Or
Slave City 1.
Slave City 1, everyone else?
Yep. Sounds like a good idea.
Okay, so
Yeah, I agree.
you're fixing the vehicle, she's seeing what there is, and you're talking to the engineer about repairing stuff, but actually I should. What's do you have for repair or ship maintenance or anything like that, dear?
I have mechanics.
Okay. And you get a +2 because.
I also have pilot.
Okay. So you should be able to fly it. It's flown by one person, one pilot. The other is an open room with 3 sets of chairs on each side that you can sit in. Just for reference, you could probably fit in 2 loppers between the two in the open space, but you can't put all 4. But you're not going there anyway, so they can keep the damn lizards. Oh. I know. Aria feels different.
Yeah.
So, make a mechanics check for me, and the number actually is only 15 because the parts are there and you speak the language of the parts and all that. 26. No problem. Fit right in. It was like putting in an alternator in a pickup truck. That was the only problem is basically the intake had gotten filled with sand during a sandstorm. So it was all clogged. You had to rinse it out, which they'd already done, and you put the new one on. That was the entire thing. So there is an opening. You can open it up and fly right out. So much for driving everywhere or walking everywhere nowadays, huh? So I think we will be ending it there before, well, first of all, you guys can secure the rest of the place. I will not attack you with another group that, oops, put that map back. Come on, there. Another ship just like that one was going to show up with its own troops, but they're not here. So we will end this. Let me zoom in a little bit here. And then I'll go over here. And everyone say
Bye,
bye-bye. Hello?
Bye.
Okay. That sounded familiar. Let me... God damn it. See? This is some of the stuff. Having to go back to the animated, see if I can do it. Bye, everyone. There we go. Animation.